What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DJ 2 Legit here. Today we are doing a wedding gig log. Now originally I was going to use my 15-inch white EXOTONs. However, as many of you know and some of you don't know, I got a pair of black 1803s. That's right, the big boys, the 18-inch column arrays by EXOTON. And I don't really have any big gigs lined up. However, I really want to use these 1803s and see what they can do. The problem is the wedding that I'm doing today is only going to be about 120 people, and the 1803s to me are overkill for that. The 1503s would have been perfect. Now on my website I give the bride a choice, so I give them three options: black setup, white setup, or it doesn't matter. And this particular bride, she chose it doesn't matter to me. So even though I was going to use a white setup, I'm going to use the black setup, and I'm going to use the black 1803s since she didn't care about the color. So now I just have to load up the Tahoe. There it is right there. And as you see on the bottom there, those are my black 1803s on casters. So I'm going to start loading up the Tahoe right now. Let's go. All right, you guys, I am all loaded up, and whew, I'm tired already. Those 1803s were no joke. I don't know if you could tell when I was loading them in, but I thought I could just pick them up like I do the 1503s. I pick those suckers up and just sling them anywhere. Not those 1803s. I tried to pick it up and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, ugh. They are heavy, man. Oh God. Anyway, so in today's wedding, we're doing ceremony, cocktail, and reception. And I'm bringing a 12-inch, my K12.2, because they're going to have a keyboard player, and she or he, whomever, is going to be playing the keyboards to some of the stuff during the ceremony. And they didn't have a speaker, so I'm not going with no little tiny 8-inch speaker. I'm bringing a 12 because that's the sound that I like, especially when I'm trying to do keyboards or musicians or something like that. No smaller than a 10, but 12 would be ideal. So let me go ahead and get on the road and get to this wedding. I'll see you guys on the next clip. Also, it's blazing hot out there. It's like 100 degrees, maybe 110 degrees with the heat index. So, whew, it's hot. The good thing I can say is they don't want the ceremony outside. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so sick of these brides always wanting their ceremonies to be outside, and then they do it on a Saturday when it's 110 degrees out. And you just be so hot and uncomfortable and nobody enjoys the ceremony. I tell you. Okay, you guys, I'm here at the venue. I just went inside and looked at where I'll be set up, and I kind of feel very ridiculous right now. Why? Because I'm in a tiny space. There's not much room for the reception. These 1803s are going to be extreme overkill. Actually, I could have done this wedding with one 1503. So I'm getting ready to load all my equipment in. I'm gonna feel really silly loading all this stuff in. I hope it can fit in the space. The space is very small. I'm gonna be cramped. So I also brought my totems. I was gonna put my spider washes on them. I don't think I'm gonna do that now because I really don't have the space. You'll see once we get inside. All right, as you see, I got everything loaded up onto my Rockville cart. I still got the ceremony stuff in here. I will unload that later and set it up later. In the meantime, I'm going to wheel all of this stuff. I got to go down that way and then through those doors there. So let me get started. All right, so this is the space. As you see, I got my equipment in, but I'm basically in this tiny little corner right here. And this is what the venue looks like. As you see, it's rather small. And then they have this side over here as well. But she told me 120 guests are expected. So I'm gonna be in that little corner right there. So let me go ahead and start getting set up right now. All right, I am all done setting up and I'm actually pretty pleased with everything. I tested the 1803s. Oh my God, they sounded amazing. Like, I do hear a difference between the 1803s and the 1503s. The 1803s, to me, they seem more balanced, just a little more balanced than the 1503s. I even got my DBX Go Rack hooked up, but I don't think I'm going to use it because the 1803s, they just sound that good just by themselves. So I didn't set up the spider lights because I didn't have enough room to set up the totems. You'll see when we go back out there. So all I'm using is two 360 pixel tubes and a bunch of uplighting. That's it. So let me go ahead and change my clothes, then we'll go back out there and I'll show you what the setup looks like. And just like that, we're all changed and ready to get out there and rock and roll. So let's go out there and I'm going to show you guys what the setup looks like. I also got a ceremony system in order, but it's not mine, it's the venue's, and I tested it and everything worked great. So that was a lot easier on me. So anyway, let's get out there and I'll show you what we're working with. DJ Too Legit. Okay guys, so this is what the final product or the finished product looks like. Okay, as you see, I've got the 1803 set up, one on that side there. I got the other one on the other side, and then I got both 360 pixel tubes. I just put one there and then one on the other side. I tried to mount it to the 1803 using the 1503 mounts, but they wouldn't work. They fit on the pole, but the speakers are too wide, so it wouldn't fit on the speaker. So that's why I just set it right there in front of the booth. But anyway, I made it fit in the space that they gave me. Everything looks good. I tested the sound. It sounded amazing. Let's go on the back and show you what we're working with. So back here is my normal setup. I've got the control one, controlling sound switch. I got the DBX Go Rack. I got to connect it, but I don't have it on because it really wasn't necessary. If I feel later on in the night that it's necessary, I'll turn it on, but as of right now, it's not needed at all. The 1803s sound amazing just the way they are. Of course, I got my DDJ 1000. Love, love, love this board for mobile gigs. Now, I'm also doing cocktail hour, and we're going to have it right in here. And she sent me an Apple playlist, and everything I do is PC related. I don't use Macs or Apple products whatsoever. Well, sometimes I use my iPad here, so that's what I had to do. She sent me a list of the cocktail music on Apple Music, so I had to subscribe to Apple Music and I had to use my iPad, so I got it connected here to channel 3 and I'll be playing the cocktail music from my iPad. I tried to play it from my PC and it just wouldn't work. It gave me all kind of errors and problems, and I said, well, that's what happens when you try to mix Apple and PC. Sometimes it works, but most of the time it doesn't work. So anyway, I got my PTU 71 wireless microphones here. One right there, I got another one right there. Tested them, they sounded amazing. I've got a camera up there. I might try to capture some dancing footage if we have some dancing footage. I just don't know if we will, but I guess that's the dance floor right there. So like I said, I'm doing ceremony, cocktail, and reception. So for ceremony, I'm actually using the house system, and I tested it and it sounds great. I'm using their Shure lapel mic. I did bring my Phoenix Pro PTU 71 lapel mic, which I love. It has never let me down, never had a dropout, crystal clear sound. I've been using it for years with absolutely zero problems. I've seen some guys on YouTube say that they hate that lapel mic, it doesn't work for them. Well, I don't know what to say except it works perfectly for me. So, to each his own. So now I'm going to take you over to the ceremony system and show you what I'm working with over there. Let's go. I also have up lights all around the room, and I tested them. Everything is working great. Like I said, I'm using sound switch, the control one. I'm going to turn them on now so you can see what they look like. Press that right there. Let's press this purple right there. Now, I don't know if you can see them because it's so light now, but you see all the purple lights all around the room. So tonight, when the sun starts going down, it'll look much better. And of course, all of my lights are programmed to the dance music, so they'll be flashing, and that'll be looking really cool. So this is the chapel where the ceremony is going to take place, and I'm going to be back here in this little room. Everything is working great. I have my tablet right here with this DJ. I'm going to be playing the prelude music for the ceremony, and then also the exit song. And then we have a keyboard player up front who's going to be doing the music for the bridal party entrance and the bride entrance. I've got a little mixer here. This is theirs. All of this belongs to the venue, which is great. We got a handheld, it works. I tested everything. I just tested the lapel mic on the officiant. We had a Shure lapel mic and it sounded great. So we are good to go there. And then right up here, they've got a keyboard player. We got a keyboard set up for the keyboard player. She's gonna play music for all the entrances for the bridal party and the bride right there. So I don't have to worry about that part. But that's what it looks like from here. And that's the officiant right there standing up in the blue suit. He's all mic'd up, ready to go. As the keyboardist playing now. And we're about to do the bridal party entrance and then the bride entrance. So we're getting things going. I just got done playing all the prelude music. Went off without a hitch. That's where everybody will be entering from.
Friends and family, thank you so much for coming today. We're so happy that you've decided to join us. We know some of you have traveled very, very far.
All right, you guys, the ceremony went off. It was great, no problems at all. And then when I got back to the reception place where we're doing the cocktail hour, I looked on my DJ desk and look what I saw. Somebody left me some money. I'm assuming it was the mother of the bride, but I'm not sure. But I'm gonna go find her and talk to her. But we are doing cocktail hour now, and I've got the iPad playing their list that they gave me, so that makes cocktail hour very easy for me. So Also, the bar is right next to me. Maybe I'll go over there and get a little drink. Anyway, everything is going very well so far, and I'm loving the 1803s. They have a really, really nice sound. So we'll see how things progress as it goes along. Okay, I was just informed that we are about to do the grand entrance in a couple of minutes. I think she said like 10 minutes. So I'm all ready. I've got everything on my notes right here on my laptop. I've got all my songs right there. We're ready to go. So just from there and there. So that's how I do all my grand entrances, just like that. So I'm ready for them whenever they are.
A lot of effort for a long time to make sure our family here tonight. So the first course goes to Angela and Aaron. Thank you very much.
Dear Nicholas, dear family and friends, on behalf of Corolla and our son Eric, we would like to thank everyone who is through their help and support.
I'm Lily, Ainsley's little sister. She's had the privilege of being my big sister for my entire life, and I've had the privilege of keeping her humble ever since I was born.
She's seen every version of me, my awkward middle school phase, my angsty teenage years. We celebrated.
I just finished eating while they were doing toast.
One of the greatest gifts is somebody who always loved me without judgment.
Everything's going good.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here for my special moment. Nicholas and his huge day, the weekday.
You've always had my stubborn streak, my sense of humor, and most importantly, my big heart. But you also carry so much of your mother in you, her empathy, her faithfulness, and her strong sense of service to others.
Giving this speech at your wedding in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the United States of America still feels surreal to me.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you an update of where we are so far. I did the grand entrances, went off great, except I forgot to record them. I hit the button on my camera, but it took a picture instead of record. So, oh well. Then we did all the toasts, that went great. Speakers sound phenomenal. Phoenix Pro microphones sound phenomenal. And now we're about to cut the cake. We're waiting for the bride to come back. She went to touch up her makeup. And I believe after we cut the cake, we're gonna open the dance floor. And I'm trying to make sure that I turn the camera on. Hopefully I can get some dancing. I don't know, we'll see. The time now is like 7:40, and this wedding is supposed to be over at 9:30, so a little while longer. Alright, I just opened the dance floor. Let's see what happens. Here we go. sub bass. Sounds amazing. I got the compressor on 20, and I got the sub bass on 25. Sounds great.
This way. Come on, let us play. Cast aside part 2. You gotta go to the band, and this time we're gonna get. I need y'all participation on this song. You guys know what to do. Are you ready? Everybody, clap your hands. Clap, clap, clap your hands.
lighting lights are good enough. lovely couple. It looks like they're leaving in a big fire truck. I've never seen that before. Yeah, they're actually living in a big fire truck. Amazing. All right, that's the end of this wedding. Let them leave, go enjoy their honeymoon on the fire truck. They're actually, look, check it out. Yep, they're leaving on a fire truck. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, now it's time for me to do the real work. Gotta go in there, change my clothes, break down all that equipment, and see how fast I can get out of here. The time is actually 9:30, so we'll see how long it takes me. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not looking forward to lifting those 1803s back into my vehicle. They are heavy. Let me get inside and get started. And just like that, we are all packed up, you guys. The time is like 5 or 6 after 10. So that means I packed it all up, broke it down in 35 minutes. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I gotta say, I'm really, really happy with the 1803s. They put out that bass that you could feel it in your chest. It was all over the dance floor. Everybody felt it. The dance floor was packed, literally. There wasn't a dull moment on the dance floor all night. I think they really felt the music so well. One thing I will say about these 1803s, if you're gonna get some, you better get in the gym. You cannot sling these around like the 1503s, at least I can't. It takes a deliberate effort to lift them up. But the casters do help a lot. All right, so now let me wheel all this stuff outside to my SUV, get it in there so I can get on the highway and start heading home. Okay, everybody, I am all fully loaded up in the SUV. And I think I'm gonna do a quick recap here in the SUV while I have a few things on my mind. The first thing is, I don't know if I told you earlier, but I've been dealing with the mom, and the mom gave me a strict playlist, which had like 80% red dirt, line dances, maybe a few actual dance songs. So I wasn't really looking forward to this gig. Anyway, as we got closer to dance time, the daughter, who was young, she came to me and she said, I'm ready to dance. I'm ready to shake my ass. I'm ready to boogie. I'm ready to party. Come on, let's get this party going. And I'm like, oh, well, what kind of music you like to hear? She said, I want to hear like some Beyonce, some Lil Jon, some Usher, some, you know, get it crunk. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, I have a strict list from your mom. She says, get the party crunk. I said, oh my God. So I got the party crunk as much as I could. Remember, the bride's fiance, or her new husband, he's from Germany. He speaks German. And so he had all his German family there and German friends. So they requested a lot of German songs. So I had a hard time weaving in and out of party songs, old school songs for older people, German songs, and then back to party songs for the bride and all her bridesmaids and all her friends. So I think I did a good job. They gave me a really good tip at the end of the night. They said I was awesome. The dance floor was packed all night long. And once we got the dance started, I was really happy I brought the 1803s. I mean, sure, I do think the 1503s would have got the job done with no problem. But the 1803s, they just hit differently. The 1503s, they hit hard, but it's more like a punchier hard, like it's a punchier. Where the 1803s, it's more fat, round bass, boom, boom. It's bigger, fatter, you know. I think the people were able to feel the 1803s tonight, and I think that's one reason why the dance floor was packed all night long. I don't know, but I was happy once the dance started and I turned those 1803s up and the people were feeling the bass and dancing. If you can deal with the weight, You're gonna love these 1803s. They give you that. To me, the subs sound just like my ELX 200 18SPs. I'm DJ Too Legit. It's time for me to get out of here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that subscribe button, press the like button, and leave a comment. I will see you guys on the next video. DJ Too Legit signing out. Peace.